I hope my screen is visible, sir.
Yes, it is visible.
DID also, how do you read? DIO, how do you read?
We can hear you little strength 3 to 4, sir. I'll request now you can go over the details of the problem statement. Whenever we need to scroll down, we can request DIO. They have the control of the screen.
Okay. So DID, I'm able to read you only strength 1. Are you able to read
Noted,
me?
sir. We can hear you clearly,
Yeah.
sir. Please go ahead.
So it is intermittent.
Praveen, we can hear you strength 5.
Okay, so this is a Pan-IAF Wargaming tool that we want to, get it developed in the ITEX challenge. So the aim of this tool is not only for training, so it will be an analytical wargaming tool, as it is laid down in the problem statement. Basically, we are looking to map various entities, and based on the the entities have to be near realistic, so that we are able to get the output not only in terms of capability development, but also in terms of operational planning and analysis as well. So we want to have these entities mapped. If somebody wants to take a lead or an example, there's a command PE software which is available in open domain. However, the limitation with that software is obviously it is we are getting it from a foreign vendor, so there are strings attached to it. So I would like the similar kind of a software to be developed in-house through ITEX Challenge. And initially, we have given a number of probably 10 to 14 for all operational commands, and a couple of other institutes who looks after capability build-up, net assessment, and stuff like that. So the output we are also looking at is after the the wargaming scenario is laid out, it should be able to generate some kind of data for data analysis and to glean out the lessons in terms of quantitative analysis. So in a nutshell, this is what I want to present. Just everything is given in the problem statement. Is a bit skeptic. Anybody has got any doubt can engage with me later on. Any questions? I've finished.
So what is the name of the tool you said, sir?
Yeah.
Just hold on. I'm not to read you. Hello.
Sir, can you hear me?
Just hold on.
So they're asking the name of the tool you mentioned.
So what is the name of the tool that you mentioned, sir?
Yeah, it is a command PE, Command Professional Edition. You can find it online. There are YouTube videos available. It is a pretty professional tool.
And do you have anything currently, sir? Are you using anything at all? Or is it manual?
Yes, we are using. There's a software called Deep Blue. We've been using it since past 10, 15 or 15, 20 years. We got an upgrade of that software as well. However, we wanted to move into the ML and AI domain so that we get data, we can generate data, and thereafter do some kind of a Monte Carlo analysis or simulation and modeling and simulation from the data which is generated. So the command PE tool gives you those options. However, since I've told you, mentioned earlier that we have a limitation that it's a foreign vendor, so we want to get it developed in-house. So probably you have to look at the specs online. It is available, so that should be at the starting point where you're looking at.
Sure, sir. You're anyway planning to replace it, not an AI add-on, right?
Add-on? No, we are not using the command PE tool. We are using Deep Blue. So we are planning to replace Deep Blue or Deep Blue Wargaming software, which we are presently using. So obviously, we would like that the software which is developed should be a plus of that software. It should not happen that we are engaging somebody ab initio and trying to explain everything from scratch, because it's a very niche domain, and building anything from scratch takes years of expertise and experience.
Got it, sir. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Amit this side. I have two questions, if I may.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Okay, so my first question is regarding the GIS to be used. Are there any specific GIS that you may recommend, or it's up to us to select the appropriate one?
Yeah, you can. There is no recommendation per se. The recommendation is like whatever input we are giving and the output is desired. So we should get that. Whatever GIS you want to use, ArcGIS, you want to use UCAD, you want to use OGIS, it is up to you. But however, the output which we require should match as per the requirement which we given. So the point is you're open to use any GIS. There's no restriction per se for GIS.
So there is no recommended one. We can choose as per the technical requirement on our own.
Yeah, recommended is like UCAD is one of the best these days, but I don't know how it also depends on the expertise which you have. So if I recommend something and you do not have expertise working on that GIS, then I don't think so it's going to work out. So probably we can discuss that part later, but there's no recommendation for GIS from my side.
Got it. The second question is around AI. You mentioned that you would want AI to be integrated into this. So AI, of course, is a very broad term, but would want to have a little bit of clarity. Are you looking at AI in the assessment part for various courses? Are you looking at AI in the generation of options part, or how does it work? What
See,
exactly are you looking at in AI? Because it's very, very broad based.
I know. AI is loosely used these days. I'm totally aware of that. And mostly anybody or everybody who's offering AI is only the LLM part of it. So you train with the agentic tool and thereafter you get the output. So I'm not emphasizing too much on AI, but the data which is generated from this wargaming tool should aid towards machine learning and AI. So there has to be some kind of link. So for example, if I have to generate a scenario, probably we have to pitch in to train the tool, and thereafter it should give me some kind of scenario. Thereafter, if I want to do some kind of analysis, like for example, I did do a Monte Carlo analysis, and then there's an output. So the AI should assist me in analysis, doing the analysis of that output. If I'm doing, for example, using modeling and simulation, we're using some, so for example, queuing theory. So now I'll have certain type of AI should be able to assist me in giving the options of selecting what whether it is MMF. I don't want to get into technical detail, but should assist me in performing the war game and thereafter analyzing the results or the outcome. So that's what I'm looking at.
Okay, got it. And one more query, if you may answer. Are you looking at it as a product or as a service? Because you mentioned that you would want it to be, installed in various commands as well as some training establishments. And then you also mentioned about data, that is generated to be used subsequently.
Mm-hmm.
So, would you be more comfortable in a service model, wherein we provide it as a service along with upgrades, along with other management services, or are you looking at it as a product along with service support?
It should be both, because once the product is delivered, we'll like to have some kind of AMC or further. It should be a spiral development, not just a product which we take it and thereafter it's the end of it, because such kind of software cannot be just given and thereafter used. It has to be developed on the fly, and probably it has to be an iterative development.
Yeah, absolutely. It
Yes.
spiral in the case of wargaming, it would need to be spiral, and that is why my question whether you would want it, because when you do it as a service, then all those upgrades and everything get factored in more easily.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Sure. And so when going ahead, if we have further queries, how should the communication be through IDEX directly? Who would be the single point?
Communicate directly. See, one more perspective I want to give. There's a institute, ISA for DRDO. It's the Institute of Studies and Analysis. They are responsible for such kind of systems. So we do have. It's not that there's a void. We do not have any system presently with us. And engaging with DRDO vis-a-vis the startup is a lot of things are understood between the services, but now we want to open it to the startup so that we get probably, I would say, a better product. But however, you also need to see that it cannot be just developed from scratch because it's a niche product.
Absolutely.
So there has to be some start point. So I'm
Yeah.
not looking at the capability which we have today would be developed in a year's time or 2 years' time. No, we should start from where we are at this stage. So that is a critical challenge with this kind of product.
So would you handhold us with the kind of features that exist in the in Deep Blue, etc., to be able to take
That's why
to set mark
that's
for
what I'm saying.
the prototyping?
I think I don't need to because as I mentioned, Command PE is a pretty professional software which is already available online. You can purchase it, and you can get the specs downloaded. So that should be a starting point of your product. Probably if you are able to deliver something which is akin to Command PE, I'll be very happy.
Got it. Thank you so much. Thanks.
Yes, and there are a lot of online videos, a lot of YouTube videos available. There's a community, a GitHub community, on working on Command PE. So there's a lot of inputs which are available in open source. So you can probably have a look at it and probably pitch your product accordingly.
Got it. Thanks so much. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So do you have any more question?
Yeah, hi. If I may ask a question, sir.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Sir, Command P is something that you can get in a software version, but wargaming tool like this would come with a dedicated hardware also.
Yes, it would require a dedicated hardware. I didn't get your question.
All right, sir. Yeah, sir. That's the question, that it would come with dedicated hardware because the Command P is a condensed version of the entire programming because it's a consumer product. But this is going to be larger in size if we make it over here, even if it is based on Command P.
Why I gave an example of Command PE because people were asking what features this product should have. So those features I don't have to do hand holding; it's available online. What kind of
Yes, sir.
if I have to start from scratch, then it's going to take ages for this kind of tool to be developed. So that's why I gave an example. Otherwise, if you want to set it up for entire Indian Airforce, you need to have servers placed. Then it depends on you want to use edge computing or you want to do a web-based design. It is up to you. As a user, I'm just looking at speed and the execution part of it. What kind of technology you want to use? We are not restricting you with that.
So, sir, how much of the licensing are we allowed to do when it comes to the game engine and physics engine?
So that's what I'm saying. Initially, we are starting off with 14. That is a sure shot, which is the MPQ, minimum, whatever term is has been coined by IDEX. So the minimum quantity we are looking at 14, but it will be again spiral development and scale.
Sir,
We'll look at later. First,
quantity is not the issue. Sir,
Second,
quantity is not the issue here. I'm asking about the license, sir. License for the physics engine. If we can get a license from a foreign developer, is that all right?
No, sir, Dikshit sir, I'll answer this. See, getting a support from a foreign OEM for IAF, we'll engage with the industry partner. How you work it out in terms of having your own licenses in place, because we would require product support over a period of time. So as a service provider, what we would expect is that whatever your backend arrangements are there, they stand the test of time in its longevity of the product utilization which we are looking at. That is one. Secondly, in terms of licensing, we have to see that the overall product falls within the ambit of IDDM, which requires minimum 50% IC content. And going forward, there is some one more addition coming wherein it talks something about indigenous design too. So while staying within this framework of design and development only, the product can be developed.
Understood, sir. Understood.
So I have a question for all. do you guys have something ready which I can see it, or you can mail me the specs and something like that? Something is ready with you guys, or it's like all from scratch and all from start
Sir,
point?
if I may, we have something ready, and we can write to you about this. This is one, and second is in the wargaming side. One question that I had is in the wargaming side, what kind of simulations should you be running? Because we were working on something, and we were doing something with the air defense system and all of that. But there, the responses are automatic. Like when we did integrated the game theory and all into this, so we could play around with saying that this is the capability of the system, this is the spec of it, and when this threat is detected, this is what would be the response kind of. But how would that work in the Air Force, where the pilot will take that action or something like that? So if I can know a little bit on that side, what is the expectation on the war games that you would run, and how the system has to behave, then we have something that we would like to show you after this, when want to write to you and show you on what we have.
So basically, it should be entity based.
Okay. So I read that the each of this will have its own the like one jet would have its own capabilities, weapon systems loaded and all of that. But the this would be something like would be integrated on the field. Say, for example, this whole thing runs, and then you have kind of a pop-up that comes there which suggests this is the weapon to probably deploy, and that is one of the objective of this, or where would the scope stop in this is what I want to understand. Hello.
Are we audible, sir?
Yes, you are audible. I'm just checking up with the user directed. I think they have logged out or they are not
Sure,
available.
sure.
I'll just check with the concerned director.
This is to the organizers. If we can get a email address or something that we can contact, thing we can write to, that would also help in case we are not able to connect to the.
Sir, so we are facing some issues with the medical officer. He is unable to connect. However, you may please log into our website, which is idx.gov.in, and herein you can just put your concerns regarding the challenge, and post consultation with the nodal officer will get back to you. So again, you can just log into the website, and here at the very bottom of the website, you will see this form, which is the general technical grievance. Here you can put up the technical queries.
Okay, Karthik, I've spoken to user. There is some internet connectivity issue, so he'll be back online. Meanwhile, there are few questions which have been posted in chat. One is regarding the budget for this. So the for everybody's consumption, challenge is launched under DISC framework. So there is a Spark grant which is limited at 1.5 CR. equivalent matching or more contribution can be taken up from the industry partner who works finally with us. Next is, what is the point of contact email? As of now, all correspondence till such time the process is taken forward is through DIO. Once some industry partner is shortlisted and onboarded to work with IAF, then we will have one-to-one SPOC to work with. So please understand our limitation. Today, we are having outreach with over 100 industry partners. So it is not feasible to do coordination with SPOC for each challenge as on date. So till the time formal process of contract happens, till such time, it is through DIO. Other than that, any specific questions? Other than that, you can please bring it up. Till such time, we expect the user to be back in.
Yeah, I'm back.
Hey, hi. So no, we wanted to show so that this was again for the question that user asked whether we have something ready and from there what to. So that was the reason we asked for the contact details. Yeah, but yeah, happy to. So my question was that where does the scope limit to? That would this war game get integrated something in the field, or this would be the simulations is where it would stop it. Then the previous question was like since we were doing that with the air defense system where radar gets the input and then you can run simulation saying that this is what the defense system would respond to. But in case of a flight or something, there is a user action coming into picture. So this would be how would this get integrated into the simulation factor? This was the question.
So basically, this wargaming solution we are looking at is at operational level. So we're not looking at a tactical level where we are training a ab initio pilot. This is not a simulation. So this is at an operational level where we want to, there is some set of rules which is already put into that entity, and that entity is acting with those set of rules. Like for example, if there are like 4 aircraft, coming, and we're not looking at how that aircraft is maneuvering. Granularity of that maneuver is not our granularity in terms of what weapon it is carrying, what are the ranges, and how it is interacting with, for just in case if it's doing a strike mission, how it is interacting with the air defense system. So in a bigger picture, if my procurement directorate at air headquarters is, want to see like how many aircraft I want to purchase or how many air defense system I want to purchase. So looking at the capability which the enemy has, the system should be able to give me some kind of data which I can further process and glean onto that information and inform decision making with the quantitative data. Yeah.
Your operations and planning is where this would go into is what you are.
It is at operational level.
Got it. Sir, we would like to show you that this thing, if that is a possibility after the conversation. Otherwise, we will write to the DIO as suggested by the host. Yeah.
And also just keep in mind that we are also looking at, it should be a multi-domain kind of a system. It's not that 4 aircraft coming over an airfield and you have an air defense system which is interacting with it. It should be a multi-domain solution. Probably the detailed OR will be made later on. I just want to, in a nutshell, I want to tell you it should be first, it should be operational level. Second, it should cater for a multi-domain kind of operation wherein we are looking at the other sister services inputs should also get integrated. Third, it should have a quantitative, data generation and analysis capability. And later on, we'll see whether we can, utilize LLM or AI or ML for our further refinement.
Yeah, so we have this blue team, red teaming, we have weapon system selection, we have GIS positioning, and we have reinforced learning integrated into this. This is how far it is. We probably had kept the jets or the fighter, these things outside the scope because of the user action part, because we wanted to get first something out working, but we would love to show you this much. Yeah, thank you from my side.
Good morning, sir. I had a question.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to check on the expected scale, as in the number of users, how frequently would this game be played, etc.
Frankly speaking, it will depend on the product. product is good, probably it will be used every day. Product is not user friendly and it is not intuitive, then obviously, so I think I'll leave it to the the quality of product, so it will be based on that. But however, what we envisage is in command or where the planning happens, we would like at least 15 once in 15 days it will be used. However, initially it will take some time for it to get refined. We need to put a lot of data, run a lot of iterations, and that in development cycle we have this VV validation, and with the SMEs you have to sit and validate. So it will take a lot of time for it to mature, and thereafter once it is matured and we know that everything is working fine, then probably the frequency may go down, but initially the frequency will be pretty high.
Understood, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Good morning, sir.
Just to add on this, can we have some clarity on MPQ? So, for example, we'll develop the software. So then after, what will be the MPQ? Because in some cases we see development budget is little high. It will not be completed in 1.5 or 3. So looking at the future scope, we can put our efforts on that. So is there any visibility on MPQ?
So as of now, we have given 14, like 2 per command, and 2 air headquarter and 2 spare. So we have given a minimum MPQ as 14 systems, because we are not sure that how the system is gonna shape up. So we cannot commit more than this. But I'm sure if the system matures and it has the future prospects, then probably the quantity will surely go up.
Thank you. Perfect. Yeah.
Good morning, sir. So with the current setup that we have in the bases, do we already have digital twins, virtual twins for the airborne platforms and the bases?
Say again, you're asking that do we have digital twins and stuff like that?
Yeah, exactly, sir. Do we have the digital twins or virtual twins in place already?
Yeah, so we do have simulators. All the systems, they come with their simulation system.
Okay.
Now, obviously with Indian Airforce, we have a wide plethora of systems ranging from we still have aircraft flying which we got it in 1980s, and we still have the latest Rafale, which probably we're gonna procure. So it's a mixed bag. So if you say that one template is not gonna fit on all, so it has to be a case by case basis. It has to be converted, and a lot of a lot of data is not shared by OEM because it is proprietary. So that kind of challenge we also have. So you have to keep that in mind. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Do we have any more question? Thank you so much, sir, for your kind brief on the problem statement. So, if we have your permission, then shall we move forward with the next problem statement?
Thank you very much all for participating, and it was a great interaction. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Hello, Kanav sir. Shall we move forward with the next problem statement? Problem statement number 59.
Yes, please, just Group Captain Murli, if you could confirm, please.
Kanav, good morning. I'm there.
Morning, sir. So, DIO, we can please bring up the next problem statement. I think that is related to AI tool for use in valleys.
Yes. Yes, sir. Please confirm if our screen is visible.
Yes, that the problem statement is correct. May I request Murli sir, please, with you.
Yeah, good morning. Before I define the entire problem statement, I just want to give a small introduction about the problem statement. This is regarding the development of automated decision tool over the valleys and passes of the Himalayan belt. See, the Himalayan belt starts from J&K and it ends towards Arunachal Pradesh over the Indian region. It's a big area. However, the prototype will start with the Uttarakhand, number one. And what exactly we are looking forward in this automated decision tool. As we know that the topography of the Himalayas is unlike the plains, where a lot of variability is there in the topography. And because of its proximity to the tropics as well as to the mid latitudes, the weather changes very fast, spatially and temporally. I mean to say, unlike plains, the temporal variation and spatial variation of the weather is at a very high frequency. Now, because of this, what happens? A lot of aviation weather hazards are there, like poor visibility, clouds in patches, turbulence, and thunderstorm, lightning, which we are not able to capture with the present capability that we have. So when I say present capability, what exactly I mean? Like in the entire Uttarakhand, if I say specifically, we have two satellites available with us. One is Inset 3D and Himawari of Japan, which has got different channels. And we have a satellite images. Basically, we use infrared and the visible channel. And apart from this, we have 3 expand radars, which has got a 100-kilometer range in the Uttarakhand. And we have some automatic weather stations which are equipped with bullet cameras, which can view the entry and the exit image, and it is transmitted through CDMA. We have, apart from this, some 42 observation points in Uttarakhand of Airforce, Army, and ITBP. So this is the overall present capability that we have to capture those weather hazards, which I have mentioned earlier. However, this capability is not enough for the variability that we have, as I mentioned, temporal and the spatial variability that we have in the Uttarakhand. So what exactly we are looking for? Now we are looking for developing one automated tool wherein the base will be one digital elevation model. It can be Cartosat 1 or it can be TANSTEM with a resolution of around 10 meters, number one. And all those parameters which I have named will be in the layer form over this DEM model. On the DEM model, we require to be to have the clouds plotted in the layers, like low clouds, middle, and high clouds. Turbulence has to be plotted. That is clear air turbulence, thermal up and down drafts, in-flight visibility, horizontal and vertical depth of clouds, lightning echoes, real, and it has to be real time, because the moment you get the satellite images, that has to be processed, downscaled using various techniques, and this has to be also available for next 4 to 5 hours, so that pilot and the forecaster on the ground has to plan whether that mission can go ahead or not. Apart from this, we need icing to be plotted, density, altitude, and many other weather parameters that are very important for various operations in this area. Now, what exactly we are looking from the vendor side or from the startups? The startup has to be well equipped with the data assimilation technique, which is required to be to refine the data that we are getting and downscaling. We want the person to be understanding the interpolation techniques, GIS, then AI, and most importantly, numerical weather prediction, which will be used to build the gap when you downscale the image from, say, 4 kilometers to 10 meters. Now we are also looking it to be as a services. These services has to be given to us. We require only front end and with the admin rights, and the services have to be available for say 5 to 10 years with a open clause of modification, the updates. And when we talk about the MPQ, initially we will develop over the Uttarakhand region, and MPQ will be around 6 to 7, which will include the Eastern Himalayas, Western Himalayas, and across the border as well, and the entire Indian region. So this is the entire problem statement and the requirement from our side. We require a DEM, 10-meter resolution, and everything to be plotted on that. And lastly, what exactly is the final output? The pilot should be able to simulate his mission in the model, and the moment he says I want to go from this place to this place by giving the coordinates, then the model should be able to give him the values of the parameters. And in case anything is beyond his threshold value, it should alarm him. So that is what we require from FO side. So now I am open for the Q&A.
Thank you so much, sir. If you have any question, then please.
Yes. Good morning, Murli sir.
Good one.
Faizan this side. So I just have one small query on this. Do you have any specific, again, last problem statement also asked the same question. Any specific requirement for the GIS vendor or GIS technology, or is it just open to the service provider?
Yeah, it is open to the service provider. What I'm saying is when the moment you give us the prototype or like the initial product that MVP you will develop and give it to us. In case any requirement for any kind of modification, we just expect the person to be a little bit versed with the GIS technology. That's all. Otherwise, it's totally up to you.
Okay, that's all from my side.
Morning, Murli sir. This is Preeti. Again, a question from my side. This is more like an AI-based flight management systems, no, or flight planning system, right? It's not just the mountain, not just the terrain, not the mountain, but also the weather, integrating a whole lot of data sources, correct?
Ma'am, a little variation is there in this because see when it comes to the weather over the Himalayan region is very tricky. Unlike plains, like as I said in my beginning talk, that the variability in space and time is very frequent that we will not see on the plains. So when you are developing an AI tool over a specific region, the algorithm that works there will not work on other places. So if you think that this is simple flight management system, I differ with you. Here we need to have an understanding of the physics as well, because when you're developing the model, it has to have the physical consistency with the atmospheric equations. So here we have a science as well as mathematics. So we need to be a little bit versant about the physics, atmospheric. That's why I said you need to have a little bit versant of the meteorology aspects also before we get into this challenge.
Absolutely, sir. I understand that. And that's how the models are trained, considering the actual requirements that, like you said, physics and maths. So we already have frameworks for this, and we are, creating ADAS, Advanced Driver Assistance Systems for the Indian Army. And I would not say, again, to a large extent, they are different as well. But like you said, considering the physics and the math together, the models can be trained similarly.
And one more thing I want to add, like in the Airforce, we are also working on the AI. Like when you train any model over the plains area, it takes 4 to 5 years of archival data. But the same thing is not happening over the Himalayan region. At least for the 8 to 10 years, we need data so that model has a decent accuracy and it gets trained and it can be used operationally.
So would you have that data handy, sir?
We are working on the other challenges like thunderstorm and the visibility, so over the plain area, but this is the new challenge for us.
Sure, sir.
Sir, I would like to ask something on top of it.
Yeah, please.
So you mean to say that the vendor has to take care of the data set, whether commercially they get it licensed or anything, but it's the vendor's responsibility to get that 8 to 10 years of data set for training, whatever it costs.
Generally the satellite images are available free of cost in the MOSDEC as well as if you register it. That Inset 3D and 3D are available. And I'm not sure about the Himawari, but definitely it is your responsibility to train the model. And we just need a front end and it in the form of a service. It is in the form of service for the next 8 to 10 years.
No, I was asking for the back data, like all the satellite, like some satellites are commercial, and then all that is vendor's responsibility. I
Yeah,
just want.
and basically when you use the data which is continuously available of the geostationary is only two. That is your inside 3D, 3DR and Himawari. And that data is available with the mouse deck. It is a metallurgy observation, metallurgy and oceanography satellite archival data with the ISRO. It is free of cost available for the last so many years.
Okay.
Good morning. I have one small query on this.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
So, whenever we do this kind of modeling, we need some ground truth result. So the problem is satellite data is they are literally more noisy. Do we have any good observation set to downscale this to, because 100 meters is not a small task, because in a WRF and those can generally works on 9 kilometers, 10 kilometers. Even that we call it a high resolution data set. So that's why we
See,
need some good ground truth
yeah,
data.
yeah. In the WRF, what you are doing is you are giving a prediction, forecast. Okay, right? Here, what we are doing, whatever latest data, whatever data we have, the problem is we have to downscale it. And while you do the downscaling, say for example, from 4 kilometer IR to 10 meters, the data will get corrupted. That's why I said we will use the data assimilation technique here. Data assimilation definitely will provide you the ground truth, and that ground truth will be used to purify the data. Uh, uh, and unlike the WRF, wherein you are going into the time, like you give us 6 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, 24 hours, 48 hours, 120 hours. Here we are not doing that. We are just taking, for example, 9 o'clock satellite image. We are downscaling it. And while you do downscaling, we are purifying the data using the data assimilation. Of course, little bit nowcasting is there for max 3 to 4 hours. That can be done. But unlike WRF, wherein we have a 5-day forecast or 6-day forecast, we are not looking into that. Here, the max limit is 4 to 5 hours only.
Actually, I'm working on similar project for downscaling these data
Okay.
sets. That's why the problem is 10 meters is relatively very tough. That's why
Yeah,
for that
that's
we
why.
need some good high
Are you
quality
using the
data.
data assimilation?
Yeah, I'm using hybrid method that right now I'm exploring the graph-based forecasting methods, which blended with the WRF and those things.
Okay, if you are using the hybrid 3D NVAR or hybrid 4D NVAR, or you are using Kalman filter, I think it should work. Here, because the moment you say 4 kilometers, it can as such be downscaled to up to 1 by 10, that is up to 400 meters. But beyond that, definitely you use the data assimilation. And number two, that's why I said over the plain areas, the training for the model requires only 4 to 5 years of archival data. But here, because if you want to have the accuracy, you have to train more. Once it is trained, I think it should work.
Okay, actually, my only question is whether we have that fine grid, because to train the model we need fine grid, because we have a coarse grid data that we have to fine tune it for the
Yes.
downscale it to
Yes.
fine grid. That's why for the
Yes.
downscaling that we need some data. That's why the problem is getting the data is not that much
We
easy.
do
So
have
what are the
a
variables
ground
you are
truth.
looking for? Yeah,
We do have a ground truth. We have some. I said we have some 40 observation locations available. But now you have to see how you can use it.
48 is
Only on the
very
Uttarakhand
sparse.
range. First we will develop this prototype over the Uttarakhand. Okay, DEM model,
Okay.
Cartosat or TANSDEM, and over the Uttarakhand we have close to 30 to 40 observation points of. I told you in the open talk also
Yeah.
of ITBP, Army, and the Airforce. It's a METAR available with us.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Thank you. Actually, the 48 is very small number for this kind of studies. And here we need very good number of data to make a data-driven model work. That's the problem.
Yeah,
Okay, fine.
yeah,
Maybe I will get to you later. Thank you.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hello, good morning, sir. Rakhi here. Uh,
Good morning.
so, sir, I have a question regarding the more clarity for the workflow. So, you said when the user will be asking for a simulation along the planned route of the flight. So, do on the front end, do you need the data as and when there is the satellite data is available and the prediction is processed, like say on a hourly or a daily basis, or only when it is requested by the user?
No, ma'am. It is not as in when required. It has to be scheduled, and it has to be every time the new satellite image is available, or if not, Because, ma'am, as I said, the variability of the weather in all the seasons over the Himalayan region is very frequent. So whatever right now input I give to the pilot or my Met forecaster will not be valid after 3 to 4 hours. If we are looking that this system will be updated only once in a day or twice in a day, that will not work out. It has to be done every time you get the new satellite image. So that is why it's a challenge. So it has to be in cyclic manner. That means once you train the entire model for the 10 years, then the moment you get the new satellite image, that has to be seamlessly ingested into the model, and that will be processed along with the data assimilation technique with the
हमारा हो गया क्या NGQ?
Okay. Got it, sir. And and this prediction we are looking at for when we do the prediction using the latest data that has come in, so that needs to be for how much into the future? So every time.
And that's what
Is
I
there
said. It's a nowcasting because maximum 4 hours.
forecasting? Maximum 4 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if 9 o'clock is the satellite data that is available to you, and it is not the process data, you get, because see, the processed image will take around 15 to 20 minutes to be on the screen. However, the digital data you'll get, after 10 minutes or 15 minutes directly from the MOSDEC or wherever source you want to. It has to be processed, and that data should be available for the Uttarakhand for the next. That the data should be processed in maximum in 15 to 20 minutes. So for that you need high computing and processing speed, and next 3-4 hours.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Got it, sir.
Sorry for bothering you. Could you tell me what are the variables you're interested in this?
Yes, sir. I'm looking for number one, sir, the clouds at various layers. You can hear me?
Yes,
Hello.
please.
Yeah, clouds in various layers. We are looking for the horizontal and the vertical depth of the clouds. We want to estimate the in-flight visibility using the aerosol product that we get from the satellite. We want to estimate the turbulence, both horizontal as well as the vertical, the lightning echoes, and density, altitude, and icing.
Okay, thank you.
See, in this, few are the direct products which are available through satellite, and few are indirect products whose algorithm is available in the literature.
Okay, thank you. Most of them are derived from the weather data. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So the biggest challenge is to downscale it accurately using the data assimilation technique, data assimilation and the AI. Downscaling it.
Yeah, actually.
Once you downscale it, and second challenge is to process it very fast. Because if you provide me the real-time data after 4 hours, that's of no use. So these are the two main challenges.
Actually, that's not a big deal. If we have a data-driven methods, inference speed is very quick. But the problem is, if we do adjoint methods or even Kalman filter, those kind of things, that will take some time. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Maybe we
saying.
will try
So
to
for
find
that,
out.
you need a high computational and processing speed. So
Sure,
that
we
is
will
why
try that.
that's why we are not looking for any kind of hardware support in this. You do whatever you want to do. We just want a front end, and the admin writes with us. We need to have the only operational asset with us.
Sure, thank you.
Yeah.
Do we have any more questions?
Yeah, I have got one question. Abhinav from SkyServe.
Yeah,
So you
please.
said that you need front-end part only and some admin access. Do you have any idea on what kind of devices this would be running, and is it going to be only a web browser-based application, or do you want a dedicated application for this solution?
See, first of all, it will be on the internet cloud. Now, I just want to log in. It may be web-based also. I just want the username, password, and once I log in, I should be seamlessly, without any, I'll say, obstacles. I should be able to view it and simulate my mission. Now, whether it is a web-based or dedicated software, that is totally up to you. How you want to, as per your convenient. My requirement is front end on the internet, and I'm not even looking for it to be deployed on my own intranet. That is not required, because if I install it on my internet, the seamless flow of the real-time data becomes an issue. So right now I want to see on the internet cloud, and just a web-based whatever, that is totally up to you.
Sir, I have a
Okay, thank you.
additional question on this.
Yes, please.
You're saying you're looking at a web-based service. Are you also looking for the capability to push this web-based service directly into in-flight intelligence?
As of now, no. But uh, presently, no. We want to keep a air gap.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Yeah.
We will wait for another 1 minute. If you have any questions, please raise your hands or unmute yourself and ask. Thank you so much.
What would be the budget for this, please?
Kanav, may I request you to please reply?
Affirmative. For wider industry, all challenges listed under the DISC framework, the Spark grant is 1.5 CR. When the project is budgeted for design and development only, then equal or more matching contribution is expected from industry partner. However, the grant from Defense Innovation Organization has an upper ceiling of 1.5 CR. The procurement process is entirely different. It follows the extent provisions of DAP 2020. So that is not really relevant, but only today for say project budgeting, DISC 1.5, and one challenge which we'll discuss today under ADITI. For that, it is 25 CR.
Can I ask a follow-up question, please?
Sure, please.
You are saying first this is under disk, and disk has a upper ceiling of 1.5 CR, but computationally, management wise, even if you contribute like almost double of this amount, uh, it won't be possible to achieve all the objectives in terms of high resolution forecasting and real-time data set and training and everything, let alone the manpower required to do this kind of job. So the MVP scope is limited to what we should achieve, and then we should go full scale when it will come under Aditi, or we need to achieve the same scale under MVP disk itself.
Okay, so a challenge is listed under one category. Like in this extent case, it is disk. So whole design and development will happen under disk. So you have to disregard my last statement. It will never be converted into Aditi. There is no kind of transmigration of challenges from one to another. So this whole design and development for this challenge will happen under disk framework. So, but for your first query, wherein you said that industry contribution could be more to the extent of maybe double or more of that. However, there are provisions in DAP 2020 wherein whatever money has been invested by the industry during the course of design and development, that is amortized back to the industry while the procurement takes place. So it is good opportunity now to kind of get yourself versed with the provisions of DAP 2020 towards procurement of IDEX projects. So it is agreed that industry contribution may be more, but to re-emphasize, that is amortized to the industry back at the time of procurement of product.
So there is MVP and then there is direct procurement.
Lastly, the MVP which you said, I just want to clarify. So right now you see the problem statement is very broad in scope because we are looking at the best technological solution to come back to us. However, the specific scope of the project will be worked in a very objective manner with the winner who's taken forward for design and development.
Okay.
Sir Rishu Kumar this side from JS Cornell. Any timeline you have defined for such challenges, sir, to accomplish?
Normally, we expect, first of all, industry to propose one timeline for design and development based on the scope of work which will get finalized with them. However, as a generic, if you ask me for software-based projects, 1 to 1.5 year max is the expected timeline development. I am expecting 1 to 1.5 because it includes deployment at IAF premises, evaluation by the user. He may like to use it for one specific season of the year wherein this activity is more. So that is why 1 to 1.5 is that buffer to cater for employment and proof of concept at IAF location. Otherwise, all software projects are generally benchmarked for a timeline of 1 year broadly.
Okay. So in terms of the, sir, followed up, in terms of the operations and deployment of these developed softwares, where all you would be testing, and uh,
So normally,
what
as
are all the
it is evident
locations?
problem statement per se, all IAF airfields wherein we have this area affected by these prevalent weather conditions, those were the test cases. However, specifics of which airfield data is to be ingested and which valleys are to be catered, that will work in specific with the industry with which specifics are laid down. However, we expect that when some technical solutions being forward, you please make assumptions for one specific airfield if you want to kind of make it a very objective solution which you're proposing, and lay out the assumptions in your technical proposal that with these assumptions you have put forward the solution, so that when it is being assessed at within IAF, we are aware of what assumptions you have made for the process.
Okay, got it. Thank you, sir.
Do we have any more question? All right. Thank you so much, Murli sir, for taking your time and guiding us through the prompt statement. And thank you all the participants. If we can move forward, may I request DAD?
Yes, please, we can bring up the next problem statement for the day.
Sure, sir. Sir, the next prompt statement is
Yes, I
yes.
can. Sorry, I interjected you. I am just wanting to confirm Wing Commander Mahesh.
Yes, sir, I'm available, sir.
Okay, please. So the problem statement is there. Back to DIO. Wing Commander Mahesh from our concerned user directorate will be going over the details.
Sure, sir. Hello, sir. May you please confirm my screen is visible to you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you.
So, good morning, everyone. Just again to reiterate about the challenge which has been coined by our user directorate is that development of a next generation compact universal test equipment for air launched missiles which have been operated by Indian Air Force. So what is the problem statement is that presently Air Force is using the various air launched missiles as well as the guided bombs from different OEMs that could be of a Western origin as well as a Russian origin, and some of the indigenized developed air launched missiles also being utilized. So all these missiles have been given with respect to specific automatic test equipment which are being used as a high level intermediate level testing. So during this part of our testing, all the missiles, each subsection has been identified, checked over a period of time, and thereafter, in case of any problem is existing with respect to the missile, the specific fault will be indicated during the high-level testing. So presently, each missile has got an individual high-level testing, that is the automatic test equipment, and it is specific to the only particular missile only. And they are also very cost-effective, and they are very limited in quantity, are available with the Air Force, so that all the missiles are to be transported to a particular location for undertaking a particular task. So even the amount of the information which have been provided by certain missiles automatic test equipment is only go and no go. They are unable to provide which particular subsection is unserviceable. Certain missiles have got that particular capability, and certain test equipment doesn't have that capability. So in view of above, what IAF is looking is to, with respect to the development of a next generation compatible compact universal test equipment, which will be suitable to undertake the testing of a missiles, which irrespective of the origin. As I said, Air Force is operating with respect to the Western indigenized as well as the Russian missiles. We are looking for a common compact universal test equipment which will be able to checking of our missiles across the all the origins. And certain requirements which have been which are envisaged the AL, this particular tester should have is that it should be of a computerized test equipment and should be compact and miniaturized. So being this compact and miniaturized, it will be of a low weight and it can be easily transportable by air, land, and rail also. And it should also have a ruggedized design. So certain mill standards are available. So all the equipment should satisfy those mill standards. It should require of a minimum power requirements and should also have a software algorithms for testing of a high level testing specific to the different type of, you can choose what kind of a missile needs to be tested. So accordingly, that set of algorithm may be selected. And it should be able to house all the type of a software as well as the algorithms which should be developed by the same. These algorithms may be developed by with the help of IAF inputs and will be shared as per the requirement. It should have enough capacity also to cater for the future additions and also have a upgradable capabilities, because certain presently the equipment which has been provided by the OEMs are of a Windows older versions. So that the whatever the operating system which will be based over here should have a capability of upgradation as well as a antivirus upgradation capability should also be there. And it also should be able to provide the detailed report parameters by indicating about the what kind of a card level unserviceability should be indicated, and should also include about the future technologies which are existing of a miniaturization by considering of a nanotechnology or a quantum computing. So this is what we are looking at. As we already said that the problem which is existing with the Airforce is that the available test equipment are of a limited in quantity and they are specific to a particular missile only. We are looking for a common tester which will be able to undertake the testing of multiple missiles as well as the guidance kits also, because all the certain guidance kits which are available, so they are going to enable the dumb bombs into smart bombs.
Thank you so much, Mahesh sir. I would request all the participants, if you have any questions, then please jump in.
Yes, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. This is Surinder from Assista. Please pardon my voice. I wanted to get an idea of what are the parameters and variables in this kind of an AT. Can you give an idea on that?
Basically, ma'am, this tester will be giving a certain input commands in terms of electrical signals, so that those signals will be given to the all the sub parameters, and the reply will also be coming in form of electrical signals. So that if it is a go or no go, so depending on the quantum of electrical signals, the amount amplitude of electrical signals, we will be able to make sure whether the missile is serviceable or unserviceable. So the basic example of this particular kind of a tester is the common munition testers which is available in open source, the Marvin test solutions. We are looking at in the form of a Marvin test solutions which will be able to undertake the testing of multiple missiles.
Okay. Okay, sir. Second question was, do you require a mill grade laptop within the design itself?
Sorry, ma'am, I missed your communication.
Sir, do you require mill grade laptops integrated within the design?
Yes, ma'am. So the laptop also may suffice, and so that the laptop will be having of a specific algorithm with respect to specific to a missile, so that you will be able to select the particular it should have the graphical user interface which will be able to select a particular missile whenever the testing is to be undertaken.
Okay, okay, sir. And one more thing, sir. For the hardware itself, you told me that you are looking similar to Marvin test solutions. If we are doing some indigenization in this, are you open to utilizing open source, for example, VPX protocols, open VPX kind of
Okay, ma'am, no
architecture?
problem. But the open sources can be utilized, but however, it should have a later on after development, it should be able to pass the required cyber security principles of Air Force, laid down by Air Force.
Okay, And sir, what is the deadline of this? Like, can you give an idea?
Sorry, the last question is not understood. Deadline for?
Deadline for the project to be completed for a first preliminary model to be shown.
So it will be two things. No, firstly, like in this case, firstly, in the IDEX process, if you understand, it is something like submission of proposals from you, which is like a stated timeline. Post that, there will be a shortlisting process and selection process. Thereafter, there will be a design and development timeline, which will be mutually worked out between us and the startup. However, we expect that, like I earlier covered, for such projects, we expect timeline to be maximum between a year and a half.
Okay, okay, sir.
And this test equipment should also have a hardware which will be able to connect to the different type of missiles, because as I said, the test equipment will be communicating with the missiles in terms of electrical signals. So each missile has got a different kind of a set of connectors.
So
So
you are
depending
looking
on a
for
connector to
multiple connectors.
yeah, tester along with the multiple connectors which will be able to connect with a different type of missiles, as well as the guidance kits. It includes the IR missiles also, RF as well as IR missiles.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, ma'am.
Do we have any more question?
Yes, ma'am, we do. Hi, sir. This is Kotnes from MQS Technologies. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Sir, we have indigenized quite a few missile testers, largely for Bharat Dynamics Limited, right? These are your Concours, Invar, and Milan. What we wanted to understand is, since these are air-launched missiles, there are a couple of things that are going to be different for the three different kinds of missiles, right? One is your communication protocols are not going to be uniform because the architectures are inherently different.
Yes, sir.
So, do we have a use case of somebody having already developed a universal tester for interoperable architectures?
I'm not sure, sir, but however, whatever the existing system which is available over here, so we could just only digitize from the analog system to the digitization has been done by through India.
Okay, understood, sir. Sir, we will, before we submit our proposal to IDEX, we will need additional details about the articles to be tested so we can get a better understanding of the test setup. Is it possible to visit the Air Force base to collect more details?
Sir,
So presently, you are aware what? Yeah. So presently, what are the articles which are being used by the Air Force? You are aware, sir. So like
Right, sir.
that, you will be able to make mention which are the systems you will be able to provide. So accordingly, in the proposal, we'll just see so whether it will be suitable for us or not.
Okay, so there's no possibility of a visit?
No, sir. At this juncture of IDEX process, because it is open to all industry, so and certain things are not in public domain. So, but what we'll do is, once any industry which is shortlisted to work with us, obviously a non-disclosure agreement comes in with them, and then
right, sir.
Then data sharing mechanism becomes easy, and then all facilitation within IAF, like giving them details of what we have and what we'd like to develop, can be done. But that is later part of process, and with challenge open to all public today, it is not feasible at this point of time.
Understood, sir. So for now, for the proposal submission, we will go ahead with data that is already publicly available.
Affirmative.
Right, sir. Thank you.
Do we have any more questions?
Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah, hi, I'm Sai Teja. I'm also from Azista.
So one just question is that protocols wise, can I consider you will be using ARINC and 1553? That is the idea use case of your side, because as you are having Western as well as the Russian protocols.
Yes, sir.
Articles, sorry. Can I consider these two for your communication protocols?
Yeah, presently these two, and in fact, whatever the latest indigenized missiles you're aware, so whatever the kind of technology, the communication protocol which they are using, so that can also be considered.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is DAD. If we have no more queries on this, we can move forward. Any queries which come up subsequently can come through the online form.
Yes, sir.
Sure, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mahesh, sir.
$75, 60, sorry. 60, it's my bad.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon. We have Wing Commander Gaurav Pandey with us from Command Hospital. He'll be the one who will go over details of the specific problem statement of AI-based airway assessment tool in pre-anesthesia checkup. Over to Wing Commander Pandey, please.
Good morning, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity, first of all, for selecting this airway assessment tool, AI-based app development project that I have been thinking about. Good morning, everyone. Before I start with the problem statement, I'd like to briefly introduce that what is the role of these things. All the patients who are undergoing a surgery on any in any hospital, especially in our Airforce hospitals and even otherwise also, they need to go for a pre-anesthesia checkup prior to that. During this pre-anesthesia checkup, the issues that come are that the difficult airway assessment that we do is based upon a number of scores that we collect by looking at the patient and by taking the clinical measurements of the patient prior to the surgery for predicting the difficult airway for such patients. The problem is that it is firstly it is subjective, it is not an objective assessment. Secondly, it is having a higher inter-observer variability, and it is not always available to the anesthesiologist who is performing the case. Even if the patient has encountered a difficult airway in the last surgery, we are not able to have that access to it. So there is no standardized, objective, or a portable tool to handle this situation. Is still we are still relying on the inconsistent human judgment for the high risk decision making. Our solution is basically a AI driven tool which utilizes the three standardized facial images from the three sides of the patient, and we basically measure the modified Mallampatti classification which we take from the front side, the sternomental distance that we take from the one side, and thyromental distance, in which we ask the patient to lie down and we measure the distance of the chin from the Adam's apple. And this AI software is going to develop the consolidated score from measuring all these measurements, and ultimately is going to give us a measurable and objective evidence of whether this patient is going to have any difficult airway if we are anticipating that. So it is going to be quantifiable, reproducible, and it can be used in the telemedicine scenario also, and can help people who are working in the field to give us objective evidence, and it will be easier for the advisors sitting in a tertiary care hospital to give them a better solution for the airway management. Initially, we want to, because as such, the anesthesia related data set is not readily available in the open domain oblique the paid domain. So we need to develop this AI based model which will going to have a prospective or a progressive data set. So initially we will be requiring a laptop for the integration of the central registry, and secondly a good Android phone to take pictures, and later on when the AI based Android oblique iOS based app can be developed, which can refine these images and can come out with some objective data which can help us in analytical prediction of the difficult airway in such cases. Firstly, it is going to improve the patient safety. It is going to reduce the airway related complications. It is going to give a standardized pre-anesthesia evaluation, and will help us in aiding the faster decision making, especially in cases of emergencies. On the scalability, this mobile app deployment can be used in all the armed forces hospitals, and later on can be developed for the civilian healthcare adoption also. The data aggregation needs to be a continuous model improvement. It will have a continuous model improvement and research and protocol optimization gradually. The feasibility is there. We have got ample number of patients that are coming to our pre-anesthesia checkup on a daily basis. If I give you the example of Command Hospital Airforce, as such, we are having around 6,000 to 7,000 pre-anesthesia checkups that we do on a yearly basis. And if we integrate the other command hospitals and the major hospitals of the Air Force, of the armed forces, then this data collection and can be expedited. This is from my side. If I can get the inputs from the company reps.
Thank you so much, sir. Requesting all the participants, if you have any questions, please raise your hand or please jump in.
Morning, sir.
Hi.
Again. So this is absolutely doable by India. So we have frameworks. So in fact, we are also creating, India's first medical AI specifically for cardiology and oncology. So this could be one of the other use cases. Like I said, we already have the frameworks, and the good thing about that is what you mentioned, that the data set is not readily available and we have to start from scratch. So that's again an advantage. So
yes, sir.
We definitely like to participate in this, sir.
That would be great. Issue is that we'll be requiring a lot of technical know-how. Exactly, we can give the clinical data of the patient, which we can collate all the pictures of the various requirements that are there, and but the technical know-how will be required for the firstly the AI related data assimilation, validation, and testing of this data, and later on developing a app based upon this thing, which can be used from a mobile itself.
Absolutely, sir. I think the lemon score, right? That's what they call it. And we already have doctors onboarded for the medical AI platform who validate the outputs thrown in by the platform.
Yeah, lemon is one of the scores that we use for the difficulty airway, but we are planning for these three integration of the assessment tools. Firstly, the Mallampatti classification. Secondly, it is the sternomental distance, and thirdly, it is the thyromental distance. As per the multiple and meta-analysis which is available on the internet, after combining all three parameters, it gives you a sensitivity of around 100% and a specificity of around 75%. That is quite good compared to the individual assessment tools.
Right, sir. So totally doable.
Thank you so much. Open for any questions.
Hello, sir. Sir, I wanted to ask
Yeah,
how
good morning.
much of a data set is available at the moment, or will the OEM be required to create the database going forward over the span of the months?
I think we'll have to come out with the data of our own, because I don't think there is any other anesthesia related data set which is available in the international platform also, either open or paid, which is having all these pictures that we require for assimilation of this data and coming out with a score of its own.
So in that case, sir, this project will be like a turnkey basis, wherein first few months will go into collection of data, cleaning of data, and then we can sort of build upon that. Is that correct, sir?
Exactly.
All right, understood, sir. Thank you.
I'll request, can you all people can just let us know how much data will be required for initial development of a beta project or a beta app kind of a thing?
Sir, I don't know whether there's a specific answer to that question, but more the data, better it is.
Okay, then I'll do one thing, that I'll try to integrate the other armed forces hospitals which are having a number of patients, bigger hospitals, and then we can come out with a data which will be in a early manner, maybe in a 3 or 4 or 6 months maybe.
Absolutely, sir. That will be wonderful. That's going to be a larger data set. That will be wonderful. But to start with, of course, this can be a parallel process. While you do that, this could definitely be started with the Airforce 6K, 7K yearly patient, turnaround that you have.
Thank you so much. I also want to know whether the company which is going to finally be dealing with this will be providing with the infrastructure which is required for taking the snaps and any data entry operator for the same thing.
I think, sir, that should be the expectation, because the OEM or the provider himself would know how to kind of capture that data.
Exactly. In the initial phase, it will be required, because later on our people can be trained in that, and then they can be utilized for taking the data.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Any more questions? We'll wait for another 1 minute. If you have any questions, please go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning.
Hi, good morning. My question was more regarding the deployment side of things. Uh, um, so for this application, if the plan is to go like multi-location and stuff, so uh, uh, is there a particular guideline for deployment that we need to cover in the application?
It can, for the deployment, I would like to say that it would not be this whole software and everything, the development which is going to happen. It is not going to be any integration with the IAF softwares. It will be completely out of the network thing. and later on it has a scalability which you can utilize it in the civilian as a civilian platform also, because this is also having data of the patients, and it can be used outside also.
Okay, so essentially we can go with cloud services as premise.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thanks.
Also, the company which is going to develop it can go ahead and find out whether whatever I could have could lay my hands upon is that no such data is available in the market, but I'm not sure whether some paid data can be made available. So that possibility should also be kept in mind. That will expedite the things a little.
So I think we should specifically ask for Indian data sets, right? While something would be available in the market, that would not be, necessarily Indian data sets, which might confuse the model, right? So, like you mentioned, collecting the data sets right from scratch will be definitely helpful.
That is the best solution possible.
Ji, sir.
Thank you so much, Gaurav sir. And
Thank you,
so
ma'am.
much, all the participants. Thank you so much, sir, for briefly guiding us through the problem statement. So requesting the DAD if we are good to move forward with the next problem statement.
Yes, we're good to go. Just with queries in the Q&A and DIO section. But we'll cover for everybody present here. IP of all IDEX projects rests with the innovator.
First, Aditi, na?
Okay, so for everybody's consumption, this question had come up, but just for clarification, IP rights of all IDEX projects rest with the innovator itself. Now we are good to go for the last problem statement for the day, which is towards OSINT, and there are a lot of inquiries also that everybody is waiting for OSINT. So I request DIO if you can bring up the problem statement. Also, Group Captain Nehal from our concerned directorate is there in the meeting. He'll be covering the problem statement. Plus, he has few additional things to cover. I'll request DIO that if you could allow him to share his screen a little later, then he'll be able to bring out more details. Thanks.
Hello, sir. Requesting to please confirm if my screen is visible.
Yeah, I will continue to remain at your screen. I'll use it. Unfortunately, I was not able to put in that work so that I can share my screen.
I won't be able to do that.
Okay, great. Can I start?
Yes, sir, please.
Okay. Hi, I'm Nehal. And the problem statement that is there in front of you is pretty clear. Each of the words that are there, they necessarily are not in the right order, but each of them have a meaning. And for you to be able to make this D&D project work, you probably need to understand the workflow and what do I expect at the end of this. First and foremost, for today, this is the only thing which is under ADITI. And the reason it is listed under ADITI is we understand that this D&D project of software will not work unless there is hardware, there is sustenance, and there is AMC, and includes the training part also. Therefore, what we are looking for is a system bundle package which is inclusive of everything. As far as the MOQ, I'll kill certain questions which you probably have more on the purchase side. As for the MOQ, the D&D itself is the product. The end state is the product. Whether from there it can go into an enterprise kind of a system or others could be brought in, it's a question that can only be answered once the D&D is complete. And therefore, again, it's a system bundle project. What are we looking for? First and foremost, systems of this sort are available today off the shelf from the market. However, when I look at it, all of them are foreign products. That would include Palantir, that would include a Boeing system, and so on and so forth. Therefore, the need is to make it indigenous. The timeline that we intend to do this is that the D&D part, the software part, or getting your hardware together takes place in 6 months, because the important part starts after that. That is to find out as to what do we actually want in it, and that is where now it goes into a hand-holding project, and it cannot proceed with unless both the parties, that means the user of the Airforce and you as a designer, are not fully engaged and fully together. This project will not be able to proceed. So I put a timeline of, let's say, 1 year. 6 months is for you and 6 months is our time. So that is where we look at. Now, if you go back to the individual words that are there in this system, could you put your screen back on, please, of the problem statement? It is an AI-based system. It looks at open source intelligence. To understand this word, I would request you to look up as to what intelligence function is all about. There are a few broad things that we want at the end of it. That means you are able to get information from open source. The quantum of this information is phenomenal. It is too large. And most of it is roughage. So therefore, the system, whatever algorithm, whatever processes that you put in place, should be able to verify, cross-verify, triage this humongous amount of information into intelligence. And that is by cross-linking. However, as I say, when the system goes live is when you start off. However, you require certain data set as a base data. That base data will also be pulled down from the net. And that is what it works on. So it works on two things. One is it works on live data. That live data representation is fairly simple today. And in fact, any of you would have been watching the present conflict which is going on. Over weekend, there were enough monitors, etc., which came up. World Monitor being one of them. You have a fairly robust something called a live view, a map, which is an interactive map. Those are live. From there, data needs to be culled out for what I actually need it for. And what do we need it for? That data gives me few things. This is at different levels. However, basically, I need to predict adversary intent. And that happens by watching signatures all across. This information is required to enable certain decision making. It is required to assess adversary capabilities, capacities, his force disposition, and as we go, as much as data can come in, this needs to fuse in together with certain more classified data and goes into targeting operations. So when I say this is a stack, it is a stack which fuses into with other stacks across a hub. And that is when I get the end product of it. OSINT today is the most live thing that is there. Most of the information comes up instantaneously on OSINT, and that is what we intend to capture in this. Coming back to the analysis part of it, analysis, when I say, so one, there is a live analysis that is happening across the data that is coming off, and second part is a query-based analysis. That means I fire a query and I get an answer. You need to search the web, you need to scrape the web, you need to, all open sources that are there. There are enough blocks that have been put on most of the sites today. So most of them become paid sites. So those paid sites also have to be paid up. All this is part of the project. The identification of what needs to be done and what we will do. And thereafter is a standard in terms of the cycle, the intelligence cycle, the way it works. It starts from planning and direction. It goes down to collection. Collection is where what you do from open sources. Thereafter, you process this. This is where your LLMs and everything else comes in. And you do an analysis. Analysis, some is in auto, and most of it is on query-based or queries that are fired to you. Now, coming to, are there other products like this available in defense forces? In the Air Force, we have certain, those are in-house inbuilt products since it's an open source. But the scale that we are looking at is where we need your help, or we need you to do it. So that is the sum total of the problem statement that I have for you. Any questions that you may have, I will take them on.
Sir, is there also a PSYOP angle to it, counter PSYOP angle to it?
That is how I apply to it, but yes.
All right.
Hi, sir. This is Amit from Janta Flash. So basically, I just want to understand what are the expected data source types you are looking other than in the open source intelligence.
Okay, when I say open source data, these would include newspaper articles, documents that are put up, research papers. You need to scan across social media sites, blogs, tweets. And when I say the social media part of it, it is an intel. This is something which is iterative and which is something which would keep developing. If it was Facebook yesterday, today it is Twitter, tomorrow it will be something else, and so on and so forth. And depending on which country is being targeted or what are we looking for. So it actually is a huge,
Yes.
vast arena that is open.
I agree that. So in addition to this, I just want to understand whether you would be looking for some satellite imagery as well as a data
Yes.
source.
Satellite imagery, whatever is available on open source,
Publicly available.
Apple Maxar, etc., that is available, or there are many, even if NASA satellite or anything else that is available, all those need to be there.
Okay.
I go back to the statement to start with. There is a base layer or a base knowledge layer that needs to be formed.
Right, sir.
That knowledge layer comes from whether you buy the data and put it there, or somebody who allows you to pull it down from web and then put it as a base layer.
So as I understand, there are two models, sir. One is the real-time intelligence, where you will be getting the real-time information from the different data source. And the second would be the query-based, the customized one, where you will be getting as per the query you would be generating at the platform. Right. So my question is, sir, what would be the expected latency you are looking for both side of it, the real-time as well as the query-based?
Okay, we will work on those in terms of technical aspects, in terms of how much latency are we looking for in real time. That would it's actually a loaded question. It requires much more data to be analyzed. So we work on that and what latency are we looking for.
Okay, all right. Or is there a need for integration with your existing system as well? You'd like to integrate your existing system?
Not as of now, but when I say stack, it also means that there is a possibility of it being merged into a hub. But right now, it is a standalone system with the possibility of being merged into the hub. That's a different architecture. We will work on that as we proceed. So the last 6 months, when I say there is a lot there. That is
yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, sir. This is Shilpesh from Assista Industries.
My question was with respect to the expectation on while you answer the question on integration, I was looking for whether you are looking for any kind of a refresh rate with it, but real time is what you are looking at. But any kind of reports that need to be generated from this OSINT system, which will help you to take decisions or funnel it into your current process.
Yes.
Yes. Can you elaborate on that?
Okay, in terms of report, what you are looking for is at the end of it, again, when I go back to the int cycle, after the analysis is done, the next step is to produce a report in a desired format, which is there.
Hello, sir.
And we will get information regarding those format from the site.
Yes, that we will specify in terms of that. Right now, you can consider they are common user formats.
Aditya Industries, I request. Mr. Sonal, I request you to kindly mute yourself.
There was somebody who was asking a question and both of them got jammed. Could you go ahead with that?
Yes, sir. This is Akash. Hello, this is Akash here. So my question was regarding the report presentation and frequency of those things, especially and what kind of do you expect any kind of integration with existing systems so that those reports flow into at real time with information, because collecting information is one thing, but also
creating the correct kind of a impact, what impact it has on the existing thing is also important. Okay, again, integration right now, no, it is a standalone system as such. It should have the possibility to link into a hub. That is for later, not as part of your project as of now. That would be a spiral for a later part. That is one. As far as the report formats are there, int analysis ends with the report. Those report formats are generic formats as of now. Specific, how do we want it? That structure, I think, is a small part of it that we will get to it. But common user outputs would be probably a PDF, could be a Word, could be a PowerPoint. If you've been able to pull down some videos, it could be in that format. So those would be generic formats as of now. I believe tech exists right now to just put all of them under generic output. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Hello, sir. My name is Viren. I'm from
Hello, sir.
Lurks.
Hi. Tell me, Viren.
So Rahul over here,
Sir.
I had a question whether we are looking at interaction with the software using LLMs and agentic way itself, or is there a fixed format of interaction with the software?
No, we will work down. You put in your this thing, and we'll see how that works out in terms of how interactions take place.
Hi, sir.
Okay.
So my query was, so once we do the analysis across all of the various sources that the user configures, along with the context that is there, what is the operational value of the analysis that we would be creating? Because that would, depending on what that operational value is, the analysis and the methods of analysis would also be changing. Is that something that can be scoped or defined to a certain extent,
Super
or is
cool.
that also something?
No,
Yes,
I'll
sir.
give you that answer. At the end of the day, whatever intelligence comes out or information that is pieced together,
Yes,
there is
sir.
some more information that is superimposed on it, and finally it needs to become actionable intelligence. So just let me just put an example to it, and whether if that plays your this thing. For
Yes, sir.
example, let's say, okay, let's take the context of present Iran conflict that is going on. So if I was a US analyst, the query that I would have asked are whatever is available on the open source. Please tell me why, or piece together information and tell me where are the nuclear reactors presently, functional or not? Where do they get their uranium? Where does the enrichment takes place? Where are the missile silos, etc.? So that is the level that we are looking at. And finally, it needs to be geotagged. Whatever output comes out of any intelligence system right now, unless it is just a sentiment analysis that I'm doing, it needs to finally come down to a geotag location, and it should also be displayable on any GIS base as of now.
Understood,
That
sir.
is the
Got it.
output that you look.
Yes, sir.
So
So
Yash
another,
here from
sorry, yes, just one second. So another
please,
query I
please.
had was, a lot of the sources that we would be doing in have their own terms of services. So would we be required to comply with those terms of services, or is it all right if, if a social media site doesn't specifically allow scraping, but it has operational value, and because of that we
Correct.
decide to continue scraping? Is that all right?
Yes, that is absolutely all right.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
And
Sir,
if, however, if
sir,
it requires something, okay, if the protocols, etc., require something to be paid up, etc., yes, that is also acceptable in terms. We take it that is the revenue cost that comes out running the product itself.
Understood, sir. Got it.
sir, this is
So
Shivitesh from
Yash
Majestic
here.
Industries. Sir, I
One
have
take
few
Yash.
specific questions to ask.
Uh,
Sir, which
Aditya,
specific social media stacks or platforms are the priority, or API
Sorry.
integration? Sir, which specific social media stacks or platforms are the priority? Will
That we
API
will list.
integrations accepted, or only web scraping is accepted?
Okay. API integration, web scraping, both
Okay.
are good. They both are good to go.
Okay.
However, as I understand, when you talk of API integrations, etc., in terms of that, there are something which that would come as part of a revenue cost.
Okay.
So
Yes.
that would be part of the proposal in terms of when you do the entire assessment of it.
Okay. So second question I do want to ask is like, does the system need to support multi-language translation and
Yes.
sentiment analysis also?
Yes.
Whether it would be the regional languages or it should be the foreign languages.
Okay. Yeah, Indians, we are aware of what our target countries are. So they are mostly generic common languages which are there across. Out of the target system, would we like to go down to regional languages? Yes.
Okay.
So,
Sir,
okay, when I say that, there is enough capability today, as I see it, and from a tech point of view, in terms of that, whether you utilize Sarvam or anybody else's database or element otherwise, wherein I don't think it is too much of a tech issue as of now. But yes, the answer is yes.
Okay. Sir, one more thing, sir. When it comes to GIS formats, as you mentioned in the module 5 of this challenge, so what specific GIS formats are you looking? Is it the
Right now,
generic
we're looking at
GIS?
a common GIS platform.
Okay.
We will get
So
on
I
the
have a question, sir.
one second.
Can I ask a question?
Mr. SK Bola, I request, dear participants, I request kindly ask questions one by one. Everybody will get a chance. Aziz sir, please go ahead with the question. Post that, Mr. Yash, you can ask your query. Then we can take up Mr. SK Bola's query.
Thank you. Thank you. Sir, since JS question is answered, I have one more questions like, are there any specific data sets as of now, like you have mentioned as of deep fake signatures that IF wants that AI to be trained against? Already, do you have any deep fake signatures as of now?
No.
Okay.
We would start with the clean slate at that.
Okay. Sir, one more question, sir. Will the system be hosted on a closed or secured air-gapped network, or it will require any constant cloud-based internet connection?
It will require a constant internet connection because it's a live system.
So it would be a cloud-based
Yes.
solution.
Yes.
Sir, and one more thing, sir, is hardware infrastructure part of this project?
Yes, because I don't think it's just the software you would be able to do it. You would have to buff it up with hardware, and that is why it stands as an ADITI project.
Okay.
So
Okay, sir.
my question is a very small question. Before we activate the system and the Airforce wants to use it, will you be prioritizing your information being sought? Because otherwise information being sought will be too wide.
Yes.
So will you be prioritized, or will you be informing us that this is a priority, like asset analysis or some sensitivity analysis?
That is correct.
So you will that be the prerequisite based on which we design our software?
Yes, it would be a design parameter for you. Otherwise, it is too vast, as you say.
Exactly. So that's what I wanted. Okay, thank you.
Mr.
So,
Yash.
Yash, you have.
Hi, sir.
Hello. So, am I audible?
Yes, Yash, go ahead.
Sir, I have got two questions, particularly first in terms of interface. So, when you talk about OSINT, are you talking in terms of the reports like a dashboard, or are you talking completely like a geointelligence situational awareness system as a dashboard?
Both. One is a dashboard as an output in terms of display, and the other is a report, which is separate.
Right, sir. And what kind of data sets are you looking? Are you looking at text, telemetry, video, audio, all in one, or specific data sets limited?
Across the board.
Across the board. Second, in terms of, sir, scraping capability, sir. What layers of information are you looking? Are you looking at only on the surface web, or are you looking to have data sets on deep web and dark web as well, across the layer?
Across the web.
Okay. Okay. So it's a complete OSINT cum situational awareness data orchestrator platform that you are
That
looking
is
at.
correct. And that is why I'll go back to what it is. It is an OSINT analysis. That's a full word or a sentence in itself. It's a monitoring system.
Video on kar दूं?
The guidance word is for guidance, what it gives at the end of it. And it's a social media. And finally, it is a stack.
Right. Another question, sir, just a follow up with this, right? Are you looking to integrate this platform with any other standalone platforms which the IA have using some secured architectures? or some secured protocols that we will have to follow up in terms of compliances for this?
Okay, I'll go back to the same answer in terms. Yes, it is a stack right now. It should have the capability to merge into a hub. Those capabilities are for a spiral.
Okay. All right, sir. Thank you for your time, sir.
Ajista, there was a question.
Preeti from India, Asra. May I?
Yeah, Preeti, please go ahead.
So we are under an NDA from the Indian Army. We are already creating this. This is already work in progress. We have an MOU with them for this, right? All the questions so far that have been raised have all been sorted, cleared, ironed out, and this is something that's already work in progress. In fact, sir, we don't even have to wait for a 6-month or a 1-year time frame. We can already show you workflows. We can already show you how this is progressing, the screens, and a demo.
Yeah.
So I also have my colleague here with me, like to say something.
So good afternoon, Padmanabhan here.
Hi,
Padmanabhan. So we have done this, pretty much, and it's in the deployment process for the Indian Army. And in fact, we were wanting to reach out to the other divisions as well. So that's why I said let's participate in this call and then subsequently maybe come and meet you in person and show you what we have done there.
So, and since it's we are under the NDA, so we can't divulge too many, in a public forum. So I'm sorry about that.
No, not at all, ma'am. And I will, in fact, probably DIO would answer, but I would answer this question is that I think the platform, what you, okay, when I do an environment scan, we are aware of broadly as to who's done that. Correct. But I think the ADITI project is also to give everybody an opportunity to do. So I think you would be a fantastic company to participate in this.
Sure, sir. Sure. No problem, sir. I'm just, sending in my contact information in the chat window. In case you want to see the screens and workflow, sir, that will also give, because we've designed this product in hand with or in tandem with the requirements of the defense forces.
Good, ma'am. We'll work through DIO in this case.
Absolutely, sir. Thank you.
Sir, this is
Thank you,
to
Mr.
add on this. Sir, this is to add on this. We also have worked on similar kind of software, and right now we are working with Indian Navy. So if it's going to be 1-to-1, so we will also love to give a presentation to you.
Sir, I just would like to answer this from DIO side. Dear all innovators, we, in fact, Airforce will also be very, appreciate all the development which you have done so far. However, this is a problem statement which has been launched. We request you may please fill in the application and present your idea. Accordingly, things will be done. There will be no one-on-one discussions. I don't think that will be fair to all the innovators who are present. You may please fill in the application. The proposal will be sorted out and accordingly actions will be taken. Selection will also be done on the same basis. Over to you, sir. Crimson, you had your queries.
Good morning, sir. I just wanted to ask, since this system is connected deeply with the internet, are you open to having GPT or Claude like LLMs, or is it purely going to be open source and through a different kind of on-premise kind of a situation?
On-premise, whether you pull down those LLM of a GitHub or wherever it is, finally it is your product. We will not work on anything that has been made outside.
Sir, I have one question. Can you explain expectation about computer vision, image and video analysis?
Say again, please.
Can you elaborate on the expectation from computer vision, image and video analysis part?
Okay. I'll try. All right. We'll give you a user perspective and then see how does it work or how does it translate into a technology for you. Or as a technical challenge to you. Any image that comes up on social media has a value to me. You see it in a different manner, and intelligence analyst sees it in a different manner and derives information out of it. For you to understand as to what I'm looking at, you'll have to sit with me actually to do it. And that's why I say in 6 months is for you to design, and 6 months is for you and me to sit together and see what how do I look at that image? How does an intelligence analyst look at that image?
Okay. Sir, one more question. Do we will have provision to monitor single entity or single person in this?
Yes, whether it happens through another app inserted into it or otherwise, but yes.
Sir. Good afternoon, sir. One question for me. Can I go ahead?
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. So as you mentioned that the application would be cloud or specific, so any foreign vendors are allowed like AWS, Azure, or it should be
No.
native based?
No.
Okay, it should be India based then. All right.
It will be an Indian this thing, sir. And I do not know what DIO's rules and regulations are in this regard, but it is not acceptable for anything outside this.
We do check, but
Makes
इसमें
sense,
क्या
sir.
होता है ना कि
Thank you.
एक सेकंड.
Hello.
Hi. Hello.
Hello.
Let me say if somebody has a question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sir, this is Vibhu from Sarvam AI. Two quick questions, sir. One is a follow-up to what someone asked earlier. So, has IAF already procured GPUs for inferencing, or does that need to be?
The hardware is part of it.
So it'll form a part of the proposal that we sort of submit, right?
That is correct, sir.
And second, slightly more operational question, sir. Would you recommend that we, also submit some form of costing estimates, or like in requirements for full-time employees or something with as a part of the proposal, or is that something that we sort of discuss later? And right now it's only about the capabilities and what we can develop.
Leave it for Dad or DIO to answer this, please.
Sir, from DIO, so the evaluation for all the proposals will be done majorly on the technical part. However, we also request that you may please mention the expected timeline along with a tentative budget for the proposal or the technology to be developed.
Understood. Thank you.
And one more clarification we need. Is it L1 based or it is based on innovation?
So, innovation.
As I see, since this is the first interaction that you're having with the user as such, there would be a lot of questions, and for you to put up a proposal, it requires to be bounded. That means the user has to bound this entire thing, or the requirement has to be stated. So please put up your questions or whatever question that you have to between DAD and DIO, and we would answer those questions through them.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
this is Brigadier Narange. Can I ask a question, please?
Go ahead, sir. And good to hear you.
Yeah. First is regarding the source credibility check.
Yes.
You will understand the source credibility check because this is a module. So you are expecting the participants to make a source credibility check, or there's going to be something given initially from your side?
So when we start at the base, in terms of it would be a generic source credibility check. We would firm it up with certain KPIs and other things, and it could be an iterative process in which we build up a credibility for this thing. And when I say this, the entire process or most of it is working in an analyst in the loop system. That is what we aim at. So therefore, we will build up that credibility over a period of time. However, ab initio itself, there needs to be a certain credibility weightage. We could sit down together and define as to what it is.
I leave the seed for you. Like, I mean, if you have to define J-35A to be given, whether it's going to be given at Pakistan or it's going to remain with China, or whether PLA Navy is going to get before. So rather than looking at data poisoning and getting some Odin and American disinformation of what a J-35 is,
yes,
looking at Shenyang factory itself gives us a better credibility. So
absolutely.
so that's the kind. So we have to, in our project proposal, submit the source credibility checks as I make out as of now.
That is correct, sir.
Second is, you yourself said a lot of blog forums and most of the people ask questions on scraping. Now, some of the blog forums require admission to it and they don't allow, and even after getting admission, they don't allow scraping. So many things in this would have to remain semi-manual, like you said, man in the loop.
Yes.
So that is one thing which we will request should be kept in mind, because scraping something from AI, which is today you generate an answer and you ask what is J-35, it will be all wrong answers coming, whether it is Claude or whatever it is. So that is the point. Second is regarding the social media and the GIS based input. So these all modules are stepwise, and so you are expecting all the modules to be resolved in 6 months. That's the next point.
So as I see it, yes, and develop upon it.
Noted.
That means the thought needs to be there. And so I think you bring up a valid point. And if I may put it to everybody who's there on this, to build this software is not the issue as I look at it. Because the challenges, as you say, in terms, it is the information credibility which is a more critical part, and to find or I would say to find that grain in the shaft is a greater problem set. Otherwise, in terms of scraping or just using an AI assistant, that probably a set of us within Airforce can build it. So I think that is where the challenge lies, and that is where the benchmarking also would be.
So to actually add in to this question only, just want to understand whether those the different information or geotag would be auditable, because this is very important regarding the information and the credibility of the information. So whatever the information we are getting from the different data source, so auditable as per the deterministic layer would be actually making some value. So that is actually at any value to you, sir, in terms of getting the source and the coming to the deterministic layer as well to tag all those information which are coming from the valid source with all the information required.
Yes, sir. So a layer for determination or deterministic layer as such, in terms of tagging, that would have to be built in.
Right.
Hi, sir.
And that credibility of source, and I'll again says this thing, the credibility of source is an iterative process. That means the software or the system over a period of time also monitors as to what source is to be dropped, what needs to be picked up.
Right. Right. Thank you so much.
Sir, as far as the monitoring and OSINT of the single entity is concerned, how does this tool is different from the one being used by the law enforcement agencies? This is my first question to you. And second question is, can we use the leaked data sources for the information?
How is it different? Today, any OSINT tool, they are similar. It is the use case or the user that defines as to how is it different. So answer is yes, it is same as, or it is similar to, the basic structure would remain the same. And in terms of leak sources are there. They are, now that comes down to credibility of it. So they all are acceptable, or they should be a part of it. And therefore the important part is, one is accumulating that information, and thereafter is the triage of that information of what is of value.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Hi, sir. Abhinav here. Am I audible?
Yes, Abhinav.
So, sir, my question is, like, you want a OSINT tool which can cover all the webs, deep web, dark web, and every portion of the net, and give you a information based on the web. So, sir, OSINT is a very broad term. Like, it's also cover image based OSINT and video based OSINT. So like if you are doing a geo OSINT and based on the image I can track your locations. So do you want all that feature to be integrated in this tool? And one more thing, do you want it to be a fully automated tool, like AI will do everything based on the pattern and based on the methodologies, and or you want like a person to operate it, like for doing a image based OSINT you just drop a image and then it will give you all the data on the images, or based on some information like there was a war on Iran, it will give you all the text back data. So, like
Okay, so the second question is, it's an analyst in the loop, which will always remain not at the point of fetching of source, but as we move ahead in the process of analysis of it, the analyst would always be there in the loop. And web is a very wide word. Yes, OSINT is an extremely wide this thing. We will work as to it over a period of time as to how do we settle down. But to start with, yes, it should be able to scan across.
covering all the webs like deep web, dark web, and every social media platform.
That is correct. So finally, probably when you look at the proposal in terms of that, you would come down to as to how much actually finances would it involve and things like that. So that is what we figure it out.
So, sir, I am a hacker. So I have my own methodologies. So if I integrate my own methodologies doing all the OSINT things, it can be like scraping all the data. So is there any limits to that? Like I can scrape the data of some social media website doing my own methodologies and testing. So,
Okay, I think that's a very tricky place to go down or go into in terms of that. Right now, we would say it's an OSINT tool and it's an OSINT stack. To get into whether you need to jailbreak or you need to hack, those are
yeah.
other additions or those are spirals. So right now, as we speak for this, we stay out of that.
Okay. So, sir, thank you.
Great. So I think probably Aditi is what is really attractive. I'll work on it. Any questions that you may have, so as to put the thoughts together, please put it up to DAD and DIO, and we would get back to you.
Good afternoon, sir. Sorry. I think I overlapped with. Yes, sorry, may I proceed first, if that's okay? Yeah, that's fine. Please go ahead. Thank you so much. Good afternoon, sir. This is Anushka Narayan speaking. I'm currently working as a defense analyst in policy in OSINT. So I've been working on an AI crawler of sorts, which is aligned with the guidelines presented. I had a few questions regarding the same. Just for the preliminary round, wherein the candidates or the inventors would be shortlisted, are we prioritizing sophistication of analysis, or is it the data bank that is presented?
The data one. The data that is presented to you, how much is the ability and how much are you able to understand as to wherein the analyst would plug into it?
Understood, sir. So the refinement process can be done later, as I understand.
It is correct, ma'am. It's a hand-holding project. It cannot proceed without an analyst.
Understood, sir. Agreed. So, second question is, what level or sophistication of report generation are you looking at? So, are you trying to tell what all prompts have been given and just a simple PDF or any other export format, or are you looking at a more complex report generation software here or provision?
No, not a very complex this thing. The straightforward outputs that I expected. The report is one of them. The
Okay,
other
sir.
part could be represent so that it can be represented on a GIS base or a map as we would like to see it.
Okay.
So it's both visual as well as what you could read.
And so what level of segmentation analysis are you looking at? So maybe you're looking just at formal sources. Are you going to engineer that prompt? Or would you like to have options also to choose what level of sources would you like to look at in terms of organization, government formats, etc.?
In terms of developing of the prompt, we started with a system bundle package. It's only after the initial sorting out and when you get down to who's going to undertake this D&D project, is when we move on to the sustenance part of it, and thereafter into what prompts need to be tailor-made. So there is a process after the D&D is complete also.
Okay, sir. And just one last question in terms of geolocation. So, for example, Joseph, when he does that, he uploads an image, right? And then he corroborates it with geotagging, geolocation. Are you also looking at the OSINT tool to maybe do that or do something similar in the future?
Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. That would be all from my end.
I think Deirdre, it's over to you. Thank you for listening.
Done, sir. Thanks a lot. I think we have had a very interactive session on this problem statement specifically. That's all from IA for today. I'll hand over to DIU if there's anything. I think DIU will be the session hereafter.
Sir, one common question may I ask, sir. This is Srinivasan from Balati.
Yes, please.
Sir, we would like to understand where it is listed the schedule of outreach sessions for all the problem statements. Like let's say that we are interested in some specific problem statement of IAF or Indian Navy, then where do we find that information?
Sir, if I may.
Yeah, DIU, please.
So, for all the problem statements, the sessions are being uploaded on the YouTube channel as well, which have already been conducted. And for the coming challenges, all details are available on our X platform, which is IDEX channel. So, therein you can go through the schedule of all the problem statements which are being to be covered in future.
I understood, sir. So X platform, in fact, I was trying to figure out where it is. So I'll again check it. Is there any specific link that we may share in the chat, please?
Sir, that I'll share in the chat box.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, also
So,
does IDEX facilitate in scaling these or scaling these use cases and these solutions to the other forces as well? Because let's say there is a use case that comes in only specifically from the Air Force, right? But it's already being made by some other force. So is it something that can be laterally extended by IDEX or?
yes, ma'am. Just 1 minute. I mean, for this query.
I'm sorry, just two problem statements that we came across, right? One was that whole medical assessment, which sir said that could be laterally transferred to or extended to the other forces also. Also for the civilian usage, right? That was one part. And second, of course, this OSINT analysis, which is already being created for the Indian Army. So is this also IDEX's responsibility to, laterally scale it to the other forces, which is already under development, or how is it?
Yes, ma'am. We do, IDEX, DIO do provide this support as well for all the problem statements which are listed specifically to one service. Once the product is developed, we do share the same with other services as well for wider range. So that we do provide the support as well.
No, but that is when it's being created under IDEX, right? So when it's not being created under IDEX, then sir? So let's say that is already under some other umbrella, some other effort, some other endeavor, right? Is this, and if it's told to IDEX, is it also IDEX's responsibility to laterally scale it?
Ma'am, on an individual level, if technologies are being developed, then the innovator themselves can reach out to services for the same.
Sure, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes. So with this, we'll be having a general session as well on the application processes and everything. However, currently, for the technical aspect of it, we would like to wrap this session. Thank you so much, sir, for the insight on this.
Hello, Jain. Jain, sir.
Yes, Mr. Aniket.
सर एक्चुअली मेरा ये क्वेश्चन है कि जैसे मैंने ओपन चैलेंज में डाला है तो उसको जब आप लोग स्कैनिंग करोगे तो मुझे उसका रियल प्रोटोटाइप बना के दिखाना होगा.
Sir, Mr. Aniket, if you could just hold to this query. Before we answer this query, I would just like to thank DAD and Group Captain Nihal for providing the insights.
Okay.
वो IDEX का एक
Miss Richa, I would like to. Yes, thank you. Thank you. So, yes, so thank you so much, sir, for providing insights on the Aditi channel. Uh, we'll be having a general session for all the participants. We will answer all the queries apart from the technical aspect. Before we close the session, our screen is visible wherein you can just log into our website, which is idex.gov.in, and at the very bottom you may see the grievance, the reach out portal, wherein you can write down to us on any specific technical query which you have for any of the challenges. Will post consultation with the nodal officer, will get back to you. So with this, I would like to thank DAD and the nodal officer for the current challenge. Sir, if it's okay, we can continue with the general session.
Corporate Karthik, thank you. I can request any IAF users who are there. Thank you for participation. We can log off. Now it will be a session between DIO and industry. Thank you, everyone.
Yes. So, Mr. Aniket, you had a query regarding one of the applications.
सर एक्चुअली मैं ये बोलना चाह रहा था, जैसे मैंने पूरा इकोसिस्टम उसका कंप्लीट कर लिया, मीन्स हार्डवेयर भी बना लिया, सॉफ्टवेयर भी बना लिया, ओके, गूगल क्लाउड के साथ इंटीग्रेशन भी हो गया। एक्चुअली मैं सर्वेलेंस में काम करता हूँ, तो जो पुलिस, जैसे मेरा काम है पेट्रोलिंग टीम को सेंड करना रियल इंसिडेंट पे, जैसे बैंक के मॉनिटरिंग एंड एटीएम मॉनिटरिंग में, तो मुझे पता है कुछ गैप मैंने फाइंड किया जिसको हम लोग सस्पिशियस एक्टिविटी को क्राइम होने से पहले कैच कर सके। ओके, तो माय क्वेश्चन आर कि जैसे आप लोग जब स्क्रीनिंग करोगे तो मुझे उस टाइम रियल प्रोटोटाइप दिखाना होगा आप लोग को वीडियो कॉल पे, या फिर जैसे मैंने एआई मॉडल डेवलप किया है वो उसका रिजल्ट दिखा सकता हूँ, और हार्डवेयर जो सेंसर है वो इंटीग्रेशन बाद में कर सकते हैं?
नहीं सर, आपको जब आपका प्रपोजल सबमिट हो रहा होगा और आपकी एचपीएससी के टाइम जब स्क्रीनिंग हो रही होगी, आपको उस टाइम पे कोई भी प्रोटोटाइप दिखाने की जरूरत नहीं है। वंस यू आर सिलेक्टेड, उसके बाद द प्रोसेस विल स्टार्ट। तो उसके बाद आपको प्रोटोटाइप डेवलप करना होगा।
सर एक और क्वेश्चन है मेरा, आप जैसे मैंने 3 प्रोजेक्ट को सबमिट किया है, ओके, उसमें मैंने 2 कंप्लीट कर लिया अपने एंड से, अपने कॉस्टिंग से कंप्लीट कर लिया, सारे इकोसिस्टम हर चीज, एप्लीकेशन, सॉफ्टवेयर, गूगल क्लाउड, डेटाबेस, सारा कुछ कंप्लीट कर लिया है। बट जैसा कि आपने बोला कि स्क्रीनिंग होने के बाद वो प्रोसेस स्टार्ट होता है, राइट?
हाँ जी।
ओके सर, थैंक यू।
Any other questions we have, general questions we have regarding the application?
I have one question on the MPQ. So as you know, like in Aditi, it is 50-50, like 25 CR from innovator, 25 from DIO.
Sir.
So what is the scope of future? So in this, for example, in OSINT, we are going to develop one system for Airforce. So are they going to ask, maybe they want 5 more systems similar like this, or how it's going to happen? Like
Definitely, sir.
how to
As per the procurement policy, defense acquisition policy, there is a sort of a mandate wherein the services or the product which is being developed will come up with an MPQ. So that the number only comes up as per the requirement. So before you sign the contract, an MPQ value will be given to you to provide support.
So is there any way to get the MPQ number before submission?
No, sir. That is decided. Once the applications are received, proposals are received, accordingly the requirement is suggested and given out.
Yeah, I can understand your limitation, but just want to mention from the industry side, if we are investing time, money, and also focusing on one challenge, then it is very, very important for us to know what is the scope for future. So if it is possible, we would love to know the number so that it will create some visibility, how much we should focus on this.
Fair enough, sir. But as you just mentioned, there are limitations. However, just to provide the support, as I mentioned earlier, before you get into contract for the design development, the MPQ value is given to you. Prior to that, it becomes a little difficult. So that's the only constraint. However, point is noted. We'll definitely try what can be done in future.
Perfect. Thank you.
So, any more questions?
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Sir, I want to ask that after proposal submission, what are the things or what are the formalities that we need to take care about, sir?
Sir, post submission of proposal.
Yeah, sir. I have mailed on these two general and technical query mails. I have submitted my startup proposal, sir.
Sure. So, sir, then once we have received the proposal and we have closed the timeline, these all proposals will be shared with the respective nodal agencies, and they will be shortlisting all the proposals, and then they will be calling you guys for the screening.
All right, sir. All
However,
right.
your proposal, as I mentioned earlier, also your proposal will be assessed on the technical aspect definitely. However, you should also be mentioning regarding the tentative timeline you will be taking to develop the particular solution, along with a tentative budget which you foresee before you start development. So that will be the part of the whole proposal. Along with there were a few. Not queries, I'll say there were few suggestions wherein a lot of industry partners, they have already created certain solutions. So definitely, while you are proposing and you are filling out the application, you may please mention all those details as well, because that do give a certain weightage. So that will be there. However, just to clear it again, there will be no one-on-one meetings as of now regarding this, because that would be unfair to all the innovators. All the applications which will be receiving, all applications will be shared with the respective agencies and will be shortlisted accordingly.
All right, sir.
Yes. Any more questions?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Just one question. I kind of joined a little late. I missed that. I'm not sure if it was said already. So my question regarding the Aditi challenges. So what are the timelines as an individual startups to submit a solution, and then like, is it that we submit a solution and then we get shortlisted, or is it that we get shortlisted first and then we have time to work with the respective institutions and then develop a solution? How is this? How
Yes,
will
sir.
this work?
So the development will be done post your selection. Prior to that, you just have to send us a proposal wherein you will be mentioning on your approach towards the development of the product. Product will be developed later on only.
Okay, so given the problem statements, we can just verbally explain our point of solution and why we think we should build it in a certain way, and then that would be the criteria to mostly uh, go to the later stage.
So,
am I right?
So,
yes, sir.
this is regarding Drishti. You written the amount individually to each project actually. So, what is the contribution and what is the these things like total amount? For each, you have
Sir,
different values.
So, sir, for all the disk projects, the grant size is up to 1.5 CR. For all Aditi projects, the grant size is up to 25 CR. The total development budget for a particular problem statement will be a 50-50 matching contribution. It will come with the, so let's say if you come up with a solution wherein the total development budget will be, let's say 2 CR. So out of that 2 CR, 1 CR will be supported by, from the grant size, which is the SPA grant, which we will be providing you. Rest 1 CR will be bringing in as a matching contribution by the innovator. So
No,
same
I'm
is in the
asking for
case of,
Drishti, sir.
sorry?
I'm asking for Drishti. You have the Aditi and IDEX, and then this the industries DRISTI Drishti.
No, sir. This is we are talking about IDEX projects only. IDEX have only two initiatives as of now, which is DISC and ADITI, and then we have Open Challenge. The one which you're talking about is not in purview of IDEX.
No, but it is available on your website itself. The DPSU driven.
Okay, sir. So, sir, that again comes with the same only. The DPSU Drishti you are talking about. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Hmm.
So there you
So,
have like a tentative total development budget.
yes,
right?
sir.
So each project is having an individual kind of value.
Sir, that I'll have to check with the particular team because this is Indian Air Force challenges, so this we'll have to check. You may please submit this query over our website only. We'll get back to you on this.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt, just one more thing. Where do we submit the proposals? Like, is it a specific email?
Sir, it's on the website, which was being displayed as of now. I'll just share the screen again.
Yeah, thank you. That will help.
Yeah, so if you may see the screen. So this is idex.gov.in. You may please log in, and once you reach on this website, you will find a login button. Along with it, you will find challenges. So once you click on the challenge, we have ADITI 4.0 and DISC challenges. Once you click on apply now, it will bring down to your login page wherein you will have to register, and then the application subsequently the application form will be open, and then you can submit all the proposals there for the particular challenge.
Okay, thank you.
So I have a question regarding the Aditya and DISC challenges in general. I'm pretty sure you might have already covered, but I actually joined late and I might have missed it. Can you just give me a brief differentiation of the two?
Sir, I didn't get it. Are you talking about on the budgetary aspect?
In general, like, so there is DISC and Aditya. So, like, what's the difference between the two schemes apart from the 25 CR and 1.5 CR grants? Like,
Sir,
what is the
Aditi challenges
expectations
are
from
more.
us?
Yes, so Aditi challenges are more niche technologies, wherein DISC have a separate. So the challenges are, put in several buckets according to the development we look at. So Aditi challenges are more, niche technologies where we also see that the budget will not be enough. I mean, the 1.5 CR budget may not be enough to develop the particular project. That's why they are kept in a separate bucket. And for the DISC challenges, obviously we foresee the development budget to be in that range itself. So that is the major difference, I'll say.
What about the timelines and the expectations from our side? So, I'm assuming that Aditi, since it's majorly Aditi are bigger, highly targeted projects. So I'm assuming that we are looking at total development within the timeline and the project budget to have those data as well. While DISC, does it work on MVP, proof of concept basis? So how does it work? Like, what is the expectation from our side?
So for the timeline aspect, we foresee the DISC projects to be covered within 12 to 18 months of the development timeline. And for the Aditi one, we see 24 months as the basic timeline to develop the complete project.
Okay. Finally, is there a difference between just a software as a part of the deliverable and here it is hardware plus software? Is it something like that in the proposal that we submit for this kind of thing?
So can you please repeat? I
Yeah,
didn't get your
sure.
question.
If it's disk, is it that this proposal that we submit should only cover the software aspects of things currently so that we can give a proof of concept or a MVP
No, sir. So, sir,
with the
this is got your question, sir. So, sir, as of now, what is available on the website is just the problem statement. Once the winner are decided, a complete, requirement is submitted by the nodal officer. An NDA is signed between the winner, the selected innovator, and the services with DIO. Then the exact requirements are shared with the innovator. Now those requirements will specifically mention whether that particular solution comes with only a software or will also have some hardware related to it.
Okay, understood. But that changes kind of the way that we submit the proposal actually.
But
So
majorly
just for
all
example, yeah.
the problem statement consists of major requirements which are given.
So
if
basically,
if
our
the
proposal should include everything into it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's why I
Okay.
mentioned that you also have to submit a proposed budget as well, so that we can foresee what is the development timeline you're looking at, along with the budgetary quotes. I mean, not quotes, I'll say, with the budget which you're looking at.
Okay, so just closing it, in short, Aditi is the long-term projects with larger deliverables, and Disk is the short-term projects with more concise
Right.
deliverables. Is that?
Right, sir. Right, sir.
Oh, thanks.
Yes. Do we have any more questions?
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, just one more thing. So after the proposals are submitted, there only would be one winner for specific problem statements, and then only grant would be dispersed to that teams to further deliver that over the course of few months, as you said.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Am I audible? Hello.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Sir, with respect to timelines or the deadline, the dates what are displaying now currently, it is May 4th or May 6th for IREX and ID challenges. Will there be any
Yes,
changes in it, or it is locked?
no, sir. There will be no changes in the timeline.
Okay.
Hello, sir. The submission will be per problem statement. So, are we allowed to make multiple submissions per problem statement?
You are allowed to submit proposals for multiple problem statements.
Okay, thank you.
So with this, I believe we had a very good session, both on the technical aspect as well and in the general outreach also. Any more queries which we have, I would be happy to help. Apart from that, if there is nothing, I'll just again flash the website, and so this is the website. If you just scroll down to the very bottom of the page, herein any queries which you have, whether it's a general query regarding submission of the proposal, or there is any specific technical query which you have, irrespective of whether it's an Indian Air Force challenge or a Indian Navy or Army challenge, you may please write down to us here. You may mention the reason for contact, and then post consultation, if it's a technical query, post consultation will definitely get back to you before time. So with this, I again thank you all the innovators for joining, and we will close this session. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your support.